In the Our Changing Landscape inquiry, students explore their geographical location, physical features, and natural resources, learning how and why we modify landscapes, how modifications like monuments capture aspects of our national identity, and understanding the effects on land, water, and living things. Before we dig in, remember that an inquiry begins with a launch module, just 2 lessons, moves through a series of investigation modules with about 3 to 5 lessons in each one, and ends in an action module where students use their learning to create and share an inquiry product. The Our Changing Landscape inquiry launches with the hook lesson, Changing Landscapes. In this lesson, students will draw a local outdoor place as it is today, watch the video, Chicago, A Journey Through Time, which shows how one location has changed over time, and then draw how they imagine their local place looked long ago. At the end of the lesson, students are introduced to the inquiry question that will guide their exploration. How can we respond to our changing landscape? In the next lesson of the launch, students use the question formulation technique to create their own questions to explore. These questions get recorded on an anchor chart, so they can be revisited and revised throughout an inquiry. Remember, at the beginning, students might not have many questions yet since they are just getting started with their exploration. After the launch module, students move through a series of investigation modules, each organized around an essential need-to-know question. What do sources tell us about the landscape? How do humans depend on the environment? What happens when humans modify the landscape? What can historic landmarks tell us about this country? How do people work to solve problems in the landscape? Let's look at a few highlights from each module. In Module 2, students examine a variety of sources: maps, images of landforms, a book about their state, and an interactive web experience. They engage in a mingle-pair-share to discuss their findings and consider how and why landscapes have changed over time. In Module 3, students read aloud The Water Princess with Georgie Badia Liberty, watch a Crash Course Kids video about water scarcity, and examine a variety of texts. They then create their own survival plan, imagining they have limited resources after a shipwreck on the island of Farlandia. In Module 4, students examine photographic and video evidence that demonstrates modifications to the landscape, gathering and discussing their findings together. In the Landmarks module, students examine articles about national historic landmarks like Angel Island, Independence Hall, and the Statue of Liberty to uncover the people and events that these landmarks commemorate, as well as their cultural or historical significance. In Module 5, students explore Follow the Moon Home by Deborah Hopkinson and Philippe Cousteau Jr. as a case study of young people taking action to help animals affected by changes to the environment. Finally, they create an inquiry challenge statement that describes a challenge or opportunity they want to address when they take action and construct their inquiry product. After Module 5, it's time for students to take action and choose an inquiry product that will impact the community beyond the classroom. There are several options to choose from and suggestions of possible products. For example, students could create persuasive posters or ads to inspire their community to protect the natural environment. Or they could create collages to teach community members about the primary natural resources used in constructing homes and other buildings. And you can always check out the Inquiry Work Gallery for more inspiration. These examples come from Inquire Ed's partners across the country and around the world. Whatever product they create, Module 6, the Action module, will guide students through the design process step by step. And that's a quick overview of the Our Changing Landscape inquiry. Don't forget to submit samples of student work and photos of your students in action to the Inquiry Work Gallery. Good luck on your inquiry journey!